Good morning, everybody. What is happening? What is going on? The old intro is back. I used to say it in all my videos. If I seem a little bit tired today, I am. I hit a new PB for my run this morning. I've been running on a regular basis. I started off running like it was just above 5 miles, and it was 7:57 pace or 7:58 pace or something like that. And this morning I ran 4.7, which is my usual loop. It's like 4.64, 4.7. It's just under 5 miles, but I ran my normal loop and I hit a PR, so I was pretty stoked about that. I averaged 7:04 per mile and dropped 45 seconds per mile. Now, I'm not saying that my fitness increased in that amount of time. It probably increased a little bit. Cool thing was that my mentality changed. It wasn't that my fitness increased, because obviously my fitness in a week and a half isn't going to increase that much. But it was more that my mentality changed. On a regular basis I'm doing this, so it's kind of a cool little thing I've gotten into. But I don't know how much longer it'll last, because I do actually have to run relatively quickly. Like, I have to be able to sprint, not just run distance. I ran a PB this morning, and I wanted to talk about my mindset when I'm running. And something I realized last night is I've run in Germany, I've run in Canada, I've run in Tokyo, I've run all throughout the US, and on every single track surface, whether it's good, bad, concrete, gravel, like literally any, I've run pretty much everywhere. And the only thing that I could think of that's gonna stay consistent no matter what isn't gonna be your fitness, isn't gonna be your shoes, it's gonna be your mind and your mindset going into every event, every run, everything that you can do. I think it's the most powerful thing, and it's the most powerful thing in your life, but it's also, specifically for runners, it is the most powerful thing that you can train. And as of late, I've been trying to work on my mindset while I'm running. And one, that's like positive self-talk. So you're always just encouraging yourself to continue to run, because I guarantee even the best runners in the world, whether that be like distance runners or sprinters, during those workouts, they're telling themselves that they have to finish, because your body's telling you you don't want to run, your mind's telling you you don't want to run, but then your will and your mentality is what's going to push you to be successful, or what's going to push you to continue to run. Every time I see a person, whether they be walking their dog, running way faster than me, anything, it's a competition. I literally race every single person on the trail, and whether that's actually racing them to a point, or whether that's I want to see if I can pass this person before I get to that next tree, or I want to see if I can get past this person before they reach the next person in line. I literally think of any mind game I can think of to race and increase my pace. So one, if I see you on the trail, I will try and pass you. And that's one thing that I've learned about my mentality, is I'm not afraid to challenge anybody. I went into that decathlon in Canada, and I was not supposed to do as well as I did, but I wasn't afraid to mess up. I wasn't afraid to push myself to the point where I did fail. And I've been watching a lot of Will Smith videos, and he talks a lot about pushing yourself to that point of failure, because that is where you're going to be successful. If you don't push yourself to that point, you'll never know where your true success will lie, is essentially what he says. And you have a fear. I believe someone just dropped off a package. I don't know what it is. Mail time. I think I know what the package is, but I'm not totally positive. So if you are a fan of REI, I'm gonna plug REI for a second. Maybe they'll sponsor this video. REI does this thing, it's called a used gear beta. They sell their used gear online, and you can find nice gear that's obviously been used because it's on their used gear beta, but it's used gear through REI, and obviously they go through it and they make sure that it's not just they're selling crap. And we'll get back into the fear thing, we'll get back into Will Smith, we'll get back into my motivation and my runs in a second. I'm excited about this mail time. So hopefully I'm gonna be wearing these glasses quite a bit more, because I think they're kind of cool looking. These are my new sunglasses, and these are what I'm gonna be rocking on a regular basis, because I think they're kind of cool. These are the hiking boots, and you can see that they're used. They were used for one hike, so they're dusty, but they're not torn up They smell like new shoes because they were used for one hike, but they're literally just dusty. That's all they are. Let's get back to the situation at hand. Talking about fear and overcoming fear and my motivation as far as my runs go in the morning and whether or not I'm going to be racing you in the future. So if you show up on the Amazon Trail most days between like 7 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. you will see me running, and not like the Amazon Loop. I'm talking about like if you go cross 31st and continue running down 31st all the way to like whatever it is, all the way out there, and then there's like an uphill, and then it takes out there a ways. That's where I'll be running. And if you want to come say hi or run with me, feel free, come run with me. I've been watching a lot of Will Smith stuff, and he talks a lot about fear and how you won't be able to reach your potential if you don't fail, or if you won't be able to reach your potential, or like the stuff that is best in life. It's really hot in Eugene, so I close the door. The stuff that's best in life is on the other side of fear, and to conquer those fears you just have to kind of just take a leap of faith, because you never know whether you're going to succeed and go past that fear, or whether you're going to fail and that fear is going to take over, and that happens, and you can't be afraid. And the most successful people in the world aren't afraid to fail like that. They're not afraid to make those mistakes and move forward. And it just depends on how you learn from those mistakes that is going to define whether you're going to be successful or not. I wanted to mention the 3 quotes that I've been thinking about lately. One is the quote that you guys already know: happiness equals reality over expectations. So happiness is inversely proportional to your expectations. I already explained it. Dan Mace, he's a dope dude. I wish I could edit and make videos like him, but I can't yet. Secondly, the next one is from Will Smith, and it's not even a quote. It's just he talks about building a brick wall, and it's like one of his most famous motivational speeches. He builds a brick wall, and this brick wall is figurative and literal in the fact that he actually did build a brick wall at one point. But if you look at a brick wall, it looks like something that is, you can't get past it. Like if you were like, how am I supposed to build this brick wall? I mean, it's huge. It's hundreds of feet long. It's 10 feet tall. There's thousands of bricks to be laid. But if you just break that down into individual bricks, and you lay that one brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid, eventually you will have a perfect wall. And I'm not saying that everyone's perfect. I'm not saying anything about being perfect. But if you can do one thing to the best of your ability, literally just try and do that one thing as perfect as you possibly can, and then just build on it. And do another thing as perfect as you possibly can, and then build on it. And do another thing as perfectly as you possibly can, you will eventually have something that's damn near perfect. Is a quote that I kind of stole from somebody. Well, I didn't steal it. I don't know even where they got it, but it was on their Twitter, and it's if you can find the person and find the quote and then report back to me, I'll do something for you, but it'll be pretty hard. The quote is, "Be curious, not judgmental." And that's something that I've had to work with a lot myself, because, and even just the little stuff, it's not necessarily the big stuff, because I'm pretty open-minded. You can say whatever and I'll listen and reply back, whatever. Even the other day, Ben's my roommate, Ben Teal. He's a 400 hurdler from Texas. He was on the team for a little bit. Anyways, Benny, he was eating a sandwich, and it had my mom's raspberry jelly, which is the best raspberry jelly. I'm not even gonna say raspberry. It's just the best jelly, hands down. Preserves, jam, whatever you want to call it. It's jelly, hands down, in the world. You can come to my house and taste it, and I will guarantee that you will agree with me that it is the best in the world, hands down. Mom, you make it fantastic. But he was eating that jelly and tainting it on a sandwich with like eggs and stuff, and I was like, B, what are you doing? Like, I'll eat this out of the jar, it's so good. And I was immediately judgmental. I wasn't curious about like, oh, I wonder what that actually tastes like, or I wasn't curious about like, I guess you're getting your protein and your sweets, and there's probably like some sweet and savory something going on, and it probably actually doesn't taste bad because it's still bread and still jelly and everything gets mixed up. It's like when you get syrup on your eggs, it still tastes good. I wasn't curious like that at all. I was just immediately judgmental, like, dude, why are you doing that? And that's just one instance, and it's kind of a small instance. But it's just those little things that I feel like if I can change in my life, I'll progress as a person. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna edit this video, and I'm gonna try and make it relatively engaging, and I apologize if it's not, and I apologize if I get bored and I just throw this whole thing up. But I hope you guys enjoyed listening to what I had to say and listening to my rant and hearing me talk about things that aren't necessarily applicable or may not be applicable to you, but definitely are influential to me. I'm going to throw some links in the description. Go check those out because they help me on a daily basis to try and strive to improve daily or to do something better each day. Other than that, remember to always be nice to people. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt others. Slow down and don't dance so fast. And I don't know when I'll talk to you guys all again. Hopefully it's sooner than these breaks. But yeah, talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye.